Alright, this is a 1-inch RPZ I'm scrapping. I don't know if y'all can see me, it's a little tall. 1-inch RPZ. I'm going to show you guys how I take these apart. Really not that big of a deal. I already took one handle off before I decided to make this video. I thought this is something you guys might want to see. So, they usually have little caps on here that are plastic. This one's got red brass ones that are pretty good. Let's see if we can get that up there for you. Got to pull that rubber off of it. Look out. Okay, get this rubber's off. Yeah, and then I'll just see these here are still red brass, even though they have that chrome brass ball valve in there. I usually get a good deal on it still, so I will leave those in there if I'm feeling lazy. Let's grab our pipe wrench. Well, let's take it apart first. I'll take this top off. Ooh, that's tight. This top off. This one too. These are stainless, so you got a stainless bucket. I'd put those bolts in there. We'll have to get that vent out. Should probably do that first. That was the relief valve popping out. Okay, this is RPZ. This here's the relief valve. There's a lot of good, delicious red brass on that. We'll pull all those little rubber stuffs off. This little nut right here at the top will come off. We'll pull all that metal, the stainless out of it. Clean that seat out. That's a good little piece. Spring, I'm not sure. I think that's stainless too. Actually, I don't think it's stainless. I think it's just galvanized. Put that in the trash bucket. This thing in here. That's called the retaining cage. It's just plastic, worthless. There's the seat. Just pokes right out the bottom. Stainless steel. Got an O-ring. Pull that off. Stainless steel is not bad. Okay, so this one's going this way. This is the second check I'm about to pull out. Let's get this in here. Okay. Slides out like that. That's a check valve, which allows water to pass through it, but not back this way. And this is going to be check 1. Came out real easy, and it was still holding, man. Some water came out. Water came out as soon as I let it loose. There's check 1, which has a much heavier spring, but these are worthless. They're plastic, and I guess that, you know, maybe stainless, but I'm not going to pull that shit apart. It's just not worth it to me. Well, I guess it isn't that hard. You just kind of push in, and it's really not that hard. There we go. But, boom, stainless, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so that's all the checks, all the rubber parts. So I could just take it like that and get rid of it, but we'll go ahead and pull these off. These are the test ports. Test port 1, 2, 3, 4. All RPZs have 4 test ports. I don't know how interesting this is to you guys, but this is a good, delicious hunk of brass. And if I pull the ball valve off, I for sure won't get any questions about, you know, is it red brass or not? Because red brass is the primo brass. It can, you know, right now in Dallas, it's going for, I think, like, you know, $180 a pound. Which, I mean, if it gets to 2 for me, boys, that's where I'm really going. Pull this other handle off the shut-off valve 2 on this RPZ. Yeah. What an RPZ is a device that stops backflow from, like you hook it up on a lot of fixtures like ice makers, soda fountains, your whole building sometimes, pools. And what it does is it allows water to go through, but if in the event that it wants to somehow go back, like if you got chemicals hooked up to your water line and someone downstream wants to drain that water, it wants to back siphon back, it can pull chemicals in. This will prevent any back siphonage or back pressure from like a pump that's, you know, trying to overpower the domestic water. This will prevent that as well and blow the, you know, it'll relieve any extra pressure out of this relief valve. They're really not that complicated when you go take a little class on them and learn how to test them and repair them. It's pretty easy shit. Got some metal screws down here at the bottom. Get them out of there. Okay. My pipe wrench here. Just Make sure we're good and locked down. It's a ball valve, which get a croissant. The old croissant. In there. So there's that little ball is chrome brass. It's got a bunch of scale on it. You can see the chrome's actually wore off of the finish on this one. But a lot of times they don't want to give you red brass for that. This one's even more exposed. So I'll probably put this just in my kind of yellow chrome brass bucket because I don't want to pull this end off. It's a real bitch to take these ends off. You can't even see the damn line on it here. Focus, you son of a bitch. Focus. Whatever. You can take this part off and remove that ball and get all good red brass for it, but that's a bit of work. Now flip it. Okay. Chain vise in place. I think just a regular like 4-inch vise maybe would be better for what I'm doing here. But son of a bitch. But I'm a plumber. Pipe vise is what I'm used to. It's what I got. So that's how I'm rolling. There. There we go, right off. Oh, good, tasty red brass. Cut off another ball valve. We gotta pry this tag off of it. Isn't too big a deal. Get under there, bitch. All RPZs have a tag that have the manufacturer, model number, serial number, which you need for when you register and test the device. And that tag is on all RPZs, and it tells you it's all that information. This is the biggest bitch of it. Let's pull this over. I'm probably not gonna fuck with it right now because I don't wanna. But where we at? Let me publish this bitch. A little closer there. It's got some stainless bits right here, those little ones, which are the toughest part to get out. Maybe a little crescent, but I'll do that later. I think that's enough of this video. Put this back up here in my jerry rig stand. I don't even want to show y'all what that is. Well, this is really what we're after. It's a big hunk, thick red brass, no nothing else on it. They ain't gonna question it. That's a good. And this here's about, I don't know, 6 pounds. So yeah, I wouldn't, probably took, if I wasn't talking on the camera and shit, it'd probably take me about 5 minutes to get it all apart. So I mean, we're gonna get, if it's $5, hopefully about $10 for it. So, $10 in 5 minutes, that's not a bad rate. That's a good piece of delicious brass. Let me show y'all, since I talk about it a lot. This here is all red brass that, where am I at? Right here, this bucket here. And I'd say that bucket's worth about, even at current prices, about $400 already. And it's a little boy. And that's my favorite shit is red brass, boys. Thanks, YouTube.